you should not move to Oklahoma. What's going on, guys? It's Steven, the 918 agent, and that is right. We are going over the 10 reasons on why you should not move to Oklahoma. That's kind of weird coming from a real estate agent, but guys, let's be realistic. Come on, it's me you're talking to. Every state that you move to, there are downsides to moving to that state. So I want you guys to be aware of those reasons, and I just want to give you that information for you. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Leave a comment, leave a like, and if you're one of those keyboard warriors, do the same. I got all this information online, and also, actually, I got some of these things that I'm going to talk about from the comment section below. So thanks. And let's talk about the 10 reasons on why you should move to Oklahoma. Let's get it rolling. All right, the first reason on why you shouldn't move to Oklahoma, and some people might think this is dumb, but not me, that is we don't have many professional sports. We actually only have one, and that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. And we can't even get our Stars to stay here, which kind of sucks because I'm a huge Thunder fan. If you want to cheer for sports or, look for sports, we go for our college team. So that's either Oklahoma University or Oklahoma State University. If you want to cheer for, NFL, we either go for the Kansas City Chiefs or the Dallas Cowboys. Number 2 on our list is the Oklahoma roads. They are terrible. Oklahoma has the 8th worst roads in the nation on one study I read. We are above the average for percentage of all major road work conditions, interstate and freeway in poor conditions. We're above the national average, which I believe it. The roads aren't very good at all. But there's something else I want to talk to you about the roads, and that is the turnpikes, or for some people that live in states, they call them toll booths or tollways. So we have to pay to use roads that suck. Doesn't make very much sense. But there's one good thing coming out of this. Back a couple months ago, they're actually raising the speed limit of some of these turnpikes to 80 miles per hour. So that's pretty nice. Maybe you can go so fast you can just glide over all the potholes. So it actually might be kind of dangerous. Now, on another study I read, and I thought this was kind of interesting, it was U.S. News, and they said Oklahoma has one of the best roads in the nation. Obviously, that person has never been to Oklahoma. Okay, so number 3 on my list of reasons why not to move to Oklahoma, and that is public transportation. We really don't have many options for public transportation here in Oklahoma, especially outside of our big cities. So Oklahoma City and Tulsa. It's pretty rural. So a lot of citizens here have their own cars or get lifts from, friends and family. A couple more options there. In Oklahoma City, you have the, transit, which are our bus transportation. We also have Oklahoma City streetcars, which I think are really, really cool. I haven't experienced driving in those, but they go throughout, downtown Oklahoma City and places like that. They also have bike share options, scooters, Lyfts and Ubers, but pretty much everyone has their own car or they just take, Lyft and Ubers. Same thing goes for Tulsa. Tulsa has the Tulsa Transit, which is a bus transportation. Once again, they have bike sharing, Lime scooters, Bird scooters, and things like that. But once again, people here either have their own cars or, they get rides from family and friends, or, they take Uber and Lyft. Okay, number 4 is our health. We aren't very healthy here in Oklahoma. We like to eat a lot. We are actually ranked, I think, like 45th or 46th in obesity rate, actually probably even higher than that. I looked this up at America's Health Rankings, and we're going to go over four categories, and that is social, economic factors, physical environment, clinical care, and behaviors. Oklahoma Health Rankings, we are ranked number 47th in the nation. So for social and economic factors, we're ranked 45th in the nation. For physical environment, we're ranked 45th in the nation. Clinical care, we're ranked at 46th in the nation. And behaviors, we're ranked at 46th in the nation. So we aren't a very healthy state at all. All right, number 5 on my list is we like putting people in prison. We actually have the highest rate across the nation and actually in the world. I kid you not. So let me scoot down a little bit so I can put up this graph. So the graph you see above me, Oklahoma's at the very, very top, right? And then we have the United States. And then we have a bunch of other countries. It's crazy. We put a lot of people in prison, and not just men. We actually have the highest rate for putting women in prison too. So do not break the law here in Oklahoma. We do not mess around. And number 6, Oklahoma is not a very safe state. And actually our dangerous city is Shawnee, which I thought was very interesting. But let's go ahead and talk about the state. So state's violent crime rate of 466 incidents per 100,000 people, which makes it the most dangerous state in the Midwest. Also, it makes Oklahoma the 12th most dangerous state in the nation. There were about 2,875 property crimes for every 100,000 people back in 2018, which makes it the 8th highest among other states. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the reason why we put so many people in prison, probably. Number 7 is Oklahoma's poverty rate. So we are actually a little bit higher than the nation's average. So Oklahoma sits around 15.2% on their poverty rate, where the national average is around 12.3%. Also, a lot of Oklahomans lack insurance. We don't have a lot of medical care for some of our citizens here in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is sitting at 14.3% of people that are uninsured. That's, a lot more than the national average of 9.2%. I'll say this, we did just pass a state question. If you agree or disagree with it, it doesn't really matter. They passed it. It's state question 802, and that basically expands Medicaid. I believe there's 6 or 8 different other states that haven't expanded Medicaid. So we did pass that here in Oklahoma. So we probably should see that rate go down quite a bit. I thought these were some other interesting facts. Back in August, approximately 1 out of 8 Oklahomans reported that sometimes or often that they don't have enough money to purchase food. Additionally, 1 in 5 Oklahomans renters said they were behind in their monthly rent. And then 1 in 12 Oklahomans are said to be unemployed. And these are stats back from August. And one of the topics that a lot of people want to talk about is the weather. So pretty much we're around national average on a lot of things. We're actually below national average on snow. We get about 6 inches a year, but rain we get about national average. We get a little bit more sunny days than the rest of the nation gets. But I will say this, because some people, there's an argument on this. People say we have all 4 seasons. We have a summer, fall, winter, spring. I don't really think we do. I think it gets, we have really hot weather, and then we have very cold weather, and obviously the winter. So I don't know. Talk to whoever you want to, but that's my opinion, and I'm going to stick to that. But what a lot of people want to talk about is our tornadoes. On average, Oklahoma gets about 56 tornadoes every year, majority of them coming in the April and May months. In 2019, we actually had the most on record, and that was 146 tornadoes. The most devastating tornado that we've had in recent years is the one that hit our Oklahoma City Moore area back in 2013, and that killed about 25 people. Another really bad year that killed a lot of people was back in 1947. That killed 116 people. So yes, we get a lot of tornadoes. That is what people ask about, and that's what I tell them. All right, and number 9 is our public schools. I'm going to pull up this table real quick so you guys can take a look. And this basically shows all the states in our region. So Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, all those states. Now, what I want you to notice is the per student. So that is the average spending per student. We are the lowest at $8,174. All right, back to me. That's a big issue. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the teachers. Not necessarily the pay, because off of some of the sources that I've received off the internet, they actually make about average of what teachers make in the region, around $54,000 per year. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's just, what I got off this National Education Association, and it was back from July 2020. So I'm not for sure. So let me know if I'm wrong on that. And I don't know what I can do about it, but that's the information I got. 17% of new teachers in Oklahoma leave the state or profession after their first year. So that is definitely an issue. And number 10 is our economy. We depend heavily on natural gas and oil. When those industries don't do good, our state doesn't do good, which is actually pretty bad, because it's a roller coaster ride. It goes up, it goes down, and so does our state. So that's the reason why Tulsa used to actually be considered the oil capital of the world, and that's why we considered oil as our black gold. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said in the intro, every state has some type of negative aspect to it. So I just laid out Oklahoma's for you, so you can make a decision if this is the state that you want to move to. Like I said, every state has some. Let's be honest. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel. Leave me a like. It helps me out a ton. Once again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Steven, out.